Alright, what's up guys, Capital Coasters here, and welcome back to another video. And today I'll be bringing you guys another coaster review, and today I'll be reviewing Superman Ride of Steel, the Intamin Mega Coaster at Six Flags America. So today I'll be talking all about it. So first, starting off with the layout, you're going to come in the station, go into a right-hand turn, and then you'll go into your lift hill, which is 197 feet tall. And like most of the other Intamin Hypers, it does have a chain lift, or like some of the others. And it's pretty fast, relatively. So you will go up, get a pretty decent view. Off to your left, you can see most of the rest of the park. Off to the right, you can see some of the layout. Yeah, it's just a nice lift hill. You get a nice view. Although I don't remember if they play like Superman music going up the top or not. Then you go no crafts over, get a nice view. And you go into your first 205-foot drop. Pretty fun, great airtime. Definitely get whipped over it. You go into your first right-hand turn, which is really intense, really fast. Get some nice laterals, and then you rise up into your first floater airtime hill. Really good, sustained, strong floater. You'll go into this valley, which is actually pretty intense. Nice little airtime pop. Into your first helix, which is really drawn out, but it's really intense and really fun. Get some nice laterals. And you'll go into your straight section. It gives a nice sensation of speed. Then you'll go into this really powerful ejector hill. And then you'll go into your second helix. This one is to the left. It's actually upward instead of downward. Unlike the other helix. Again, pretty intense. Good laterals. And then you'll do a nice little airtime pop here. Into another really strong ejector hill curve, and then to two final mini bunny hops with some great ejector air, and you'll slam into the brake run. And so that's about it for the layout. Alright, so talking about what I like with this ride, it gets some really good airtime moments. It doesn't have that many. I'd say it has like, actually it's got a decent amount. It has like 7 or 8, and there's actually some surprising little moments where you wouldn't probably expect to get airtime, like going to the first helix and kind of coming off that second helix. You get some great airtime on the drop. You have that first floater hill, that ejector hill in the middle, and then those 3 ejector hills at the end. I'll give really good airtime in any row. So I'd say mostly moments are better in the front, except the drop is better in the back on really all coasters. You definitely get great airtime in all rows. And this ride also is actually surprisingly intense. On some of those valleys between some of those elements and airtime hills, you get some really good positives, like at the bottom of the drop, at the bottom of that first airtime hill, and like in the valleys between those final little airtime hills. You get some great intensity, and on those helixes in that first turn, you get some really good positives, and you get great laterals on all those turns. I guess the only weaker moment of this ride would be the straight section after the first helix. It's not terrible, but it is not the greatest. It's definitely weaker than the other moments on the ride. You get a nice sensation of speed on it. This ride's overall really fun. The restraints are nice. I don't like that there's these little like shin guards on them that are kind of annoying and uncomfortable. The T-bar is nice. It's a pretty smooth ride. I didn't really find any rattle on it in any row. I rode this coaster I think 5 times. Once in the middle, 2 in the back, and then 2 in the front. And I didn't notice a rattle in any of those seats. But it was just a really fun ride. It gets a pretty decent duration. It definitely keeps a good pace throughout the ride. You don't really slow down much. So you definitely hit that brake run with a lot of speed, which is really good. It's got a nice color scheme. The Superman colors are red and blue. It's definitely the best ride at Six Flags America. They have some other solid rides like Joker and Batwing, but it's definitely my favorite ride in the park. and it's just a fun ride overall. Um, it's not as good as most other hypercoasters, but I probably prefer this to ride like Intimidator or Carowinds, just because I found it gave stronger airtime. Um, it has some ejector moments, which you don't really find on that ride. Um, so yeah, it's definitely a fun ride. Um, it's pretty underrated in my opinion. It definitely surprised me. Some moments that I'd say really surprised me were, or at least one moment that really surprised me was that first turn was actually really intense. I wasn't expecting much out of it, but it was really good. Um, so it's just a fun ride overall, and it's a solid Intamin. And I'd say it's probably, I don't know if it makes my top 20, but I'd say it probably makes my uh, top 25, maybe. I'll have to think about it. But it's definitely a pretty fun coaster overall. So for final score, I'll be giving Superman Ride of Steel Six Flags America a solid 80 out of 100. It's a solid ride overall. I'd say it's one of the better coasters I've ridden, but not like top tier. So that'll be about it for my review of Superman Ride of Steel at Six Flags America. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.